right, we're here at Rock Harbor in Orleans, Massachusetts, where there's big excitement yesterday. 4 pieces of unexploded ordnance washed up on the beach. They had a controlled demolition at the dump today. Big stuff, big stuff. But I'm here to talk about the unexploded ordnance that I think Scott Bessent dropped on the beach that Jay Powell is going to blow up in his face in a little over a month. So we can debate about whether the Treasury's move today to increase its buybacks of longer dated treasuries, presumably with bill issuance, is QE or not. It's just no difference really, but it's neither here nor there. We can debate whether the handful of billions of additional buybacks will have any practical effect on anything. I think not. Also doesn't matter. What is relevant is the fact that Scott Bessent himself has a clear track record of suggesting that this kind of behavior, when it was done by Janet Yellen ahead of the 2024 election, was akin to Treasury infringing on monetary policy. Why is the Treasury Secretary, just a couple months before an election, doing something that he himself has characterized as an infringement of Treasury on monetary policy? Because the Fed's at war with the new chairman is the only thing I can come up with. So why is Jay Powell still at the Fed? The tradition is the chair, when his term ends, resigns as governor. Well, he told us why, because he wants to defend the independence of the institution from attacks. Lisa Cook, board member, has been attacked. They've tried to fire her. It doesn't look like that's going to work. But why is Bessent poking them in the eye? So now we have Scott Bessent basically doing something that he himself has said is an infringement on the independence of the Fed. So this is a direct challenge to this Powell grouping that I think is going to steamroll Warsh and hike rates. I think the odds of a rate hike went up dramatically today. They have to respond. Otherwise, they're just allowing the Treasury to do a monetary-like policy here, which, again, it's small, but directionally adds systemic liquidity and pushes in an expansionary direction at a time when the Fed is debating whether to go in the opposite direction. So big poke in the eye by Bessent. I think what he'll get in return is a rate hike in September. Really curious to see what Chairman Warsh says about all this next week at Jackson Hole. Probably as little as possible, but that's going to be fun to watch. Good luck out there.